Hello everybody, I'm here in my clan's home to try to give some kind of calmness to a very important and, to me, obviously extremely controversial message. But I want to share it because this is the very message that the Sasquatch people have been teaching me. The message of connection. The message of all one and all connected. Everybody with everybody else. We're all part of the universe. We're all part of the collective, basically. But what I wanted to, and I have to apologize in advance if I may use some choice language because I'm pissed off. And if I do, apologize to everybody, especially the ladies, because I like to try to be respectful, but who knows, maybe I won't. But I'm mad, and I think it has to be said. I'm sure it's been said by many people. This is just my own little way of saying it, and incidentally, I'm not here looking for, oh wow, look at him, he's, I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I'm not looking for people to say, oh, you're so brave and blah, 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 blah. None of that crap. I don't give a rat's ass about that. What I do care about is trying to wake people up and have them see, what in the hell are we doing as a people? It's ridiculous. So, what I want to start with is, George Orwell really missed the mark. What's going on today, it makes Orwellian reality look like, Pirates of the Caribbean in Disney World, or is it Disneyland? I guess Disneyland. Yeah. And as I see it, this coronavirus and the Black Lives Matter, yeah, I said it. I guess I'm a racist, but I said it. And what, is probably coming in the fall, where there's going to be the second wave of the virus. And then more lockdowns, more fear, that kind of stuff. It is all a big plan by the 1% of the people who have been running this world and running us like sheep for thousands of years. And this is the opportunity, everybody. This is the opportunity when all this media is available to us, even though they're trying to suppress it. When all the information, if you want to look into it, is out there, to actually see what they are doing and to try to change it. I mean, I saw this a long time ago in the early stages, like with political correctness. Now, I'm not saying it's good to say racist jokes or any of that stuff. It's classless, it's inappropriate. But hey, yeah, I'm gonna say it. When I was a kid, all the kids I ran around with, I don't think we were racists, and I don't think we are today. But we were all saying all kinds of jokes about everybody, and we didn't think anything of it. And yeah, it wasn't right. But for this political correct agenda to come back now, and I'll give you an example. There was a coach in the NHL, and about 25 years ago or more, I guess he said a racial slur. 25 years ago or more. he lost his job. Why? Why? Why are we so focused on punishing people and taking them to the task? Are we all hypocrites? We've all, no, I'm not going to say all. I'm not going to put everybody into the same bundle. But I don't know. It seems just so wrong. You know? Couldn't the guy have just said, I'm sorry? And, you know, show love and compassion. Why do we have to drag you know, they got to lose their job, they got to do this, they got to do that. This Orwellian society of ours is frightening. I mean, even, I heard that the NBA is planning on going back. I had to turn the radio off on the way home yesterday. I can't even listen to the sports news anymore. Well, there isn't any sports news. But they were saying that the NBA officials are encouraging their members of the association, their players, to narc. Fucking narc. There I go. On anybody that they see on the team or in the league or whatever that breaks the rules of social distancing or whatever. I mean, it's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. I mean, the thing is with the Sasquatch, is they told me, and I've learned this lesson in so many ways. There is only the now. There is only the now moment. All forgiveness, all change, growth, everything has to happen in the now moment. The past does not exist. The future does not exist. If we are going to let our lives be run by transgressions, which there are many, atrocities, which there are many, I don't deny that, but that happened in the past, if we're going to be living in that past and living that past over and over and over again, we're not going to make the changes that you think you're going to make. People are just going to become more separated. There's going to be more hatred. There's going to be more everything that we really don't want. And that's exactly what the governing elite, the 1%, whatever you want to call them, the Illuminati. I mean, I'm not a conspiracy nut so much. A little bit. I mean, I've got my eyes open, but I've actually got my feet fairly well planted on the ground considering the experiences I've had. But, yeah. I mean, we are energy beings. We are eternal beings. Having a brief, tiny experience, tiny in the drop of a sea as far as the sea of eternity goes, in a body. And just because I happen to be white or black or Chinese or whatever, that is so missing the point. Look, this isn't me. This isn't me, my skin color. This is me. In my heart space. This is me. All around. The connection to the universe, that's me. To focus on something as infantile as my skin color, and to make that my focus, and it's unfathomable. But that is exactly what the 1% or the elite, the Illuminati, the Bilderbergs, or whatever you call them, that is what they want, and that is how they control us. That's it. In any event, I would say this to the people who are behind Black Lives Matter? Well, actually, it's the people who think they're behind it that are actually being manipulated. But basically, it is just a ploy to keep us apart. Because if we ever figure out that we're all one and all connected, and yeah, that's a big, fancy, shiny, new agey phrase, but it's the truth. And if we ever get to that point, which they certainly don't want, and if we ever get to the point where I'm looking at my skin and actually thinking it's important, or not thinking it's important, then I've got somewhere. We're so much more than that. We're so much more than that. I don't know, for the capacity, supposed capacity of the human brain, and, we're the most civilized, intelligent creatures on the earth, well, I'd say we're probably the stupidest too. I don't see other animals doing this, having these ridiculous pursuits. They have a connection with nature. They go into the flow of nature. They're actually existing as they should be. We're the ones with the brains and the free will and the choice that are screwing everything up. Now, this is what I would say to the Black Lives Matter people, the people who are marching and are behind that. Yes, horrible, horrible atrocities have been committed to all people. Probably especially, well, I wouldn't say especially, there's, the Chinese in Canada and the railway, in India, the Indian people. The Indians are local Indians. It's what humans have been doing for all recorded time, is judging and putting people in boxes, persecuting people, prejudice against people, class systems, all these stupid illusions, all these lies. You're not a black man. I'm not a white man. I'm a spiritual light. I'm a spiritual being living this experience here now. Don't sell yourself short. I would say that to the Black Lives Matter people, that your life isn't going to matter if you really believe what you're supporting, because none of our lives are going to matter, because it's all about control. Keeping us divided, keeping us fighting, keeping us in fear, keeping us controlled. I mean, basically the guys who are running the show, they're basically the same clown show that are, running Big Farm. And if you think Big Farm's our friend, well, I don't know what to say to you. I really don't know what to say. I mean, Big Farm basically is just, we're just like cash cows. They keep us sick. They don't cure us. They just give us the medicine to prolong it, take away the symptoms, but the disease or whatever is still there, and it's a big money maker. They don't want to cure cancer. They don't want to cure this. They don't want to cure that. It's money. Money in the green. And greed is our God. It's so ass backwards. It's sad. It's sick. We're sick. We're sick people. We've got to realize this is not me. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I would say to all my black friends, all my friends, just think about these things. Look into it. Because the Sasquatch message to me has always been about connection. Always been about connection. About how we're all one. How there is no space. No time. You can't judge people on the past. And actually heal yourself. Now, I don't know how it happens. I don't have a magic button. Yeah, things have got to change as far as the relations that people have with each other. But I think that that change comes from realizing that we're not separate. So, Black Lives Matter, in my opinion, with all due respect, is just a tool to keep us all apart, like so many of the tools they use, like the political correctness. I mean, what the fuck? Sorry. I didn't really mind doing that. Sorry. Anyway, I don't mean to make light of it. Yeah, it's just, it's ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous. So the Bill Gates of the world, the George Soros, all of these guys, they're loving what's going on. They're orchestrating what's going on, or people like them. And they're controlling us so easily by making us think that we're different. By putting me in this box, and you in this box, and somebody else in this box, based on religion, politics. What a joke. Just all these imaginary differences. And I'll tell you, black lives do matter. I'm telling you they do. But they're going to matter less and less unless we all realize it was all a big sham and that we all matter. And that there's no separation between us, not from the stupidity of a skin color. Oh my God. Civilized man? Haven't seen much evidence of it so far. No, it's ridiculous. So, I'm willing to take the slings and arrows. And like I said, I don't need a pat on the back. I'm not, oh, look at me. Look how brave I am. Look at how smart, or whatever. I don't give a crap about any of that stuff. But I do give a crap about talking about this. This is direct from the heart of the Sasquatch. Don't let this separation myth keep you in this lower vibrational state. And I'm going to get back to that high vibration thing again, because I know that when I was in that high vibration, that loves that vibration, there is no judgment. There is no hatred. There is a feeling and a connection to everything. Black, white, yellow, red, trees, rocks, animal, everything. You feel it. And if we ever get to that point as a human race, these guys who control us, they're going to fade away. Because they can only control us when we're in a state of fear. Now, I love you all, and I know my message is not going to be popular with some, but it comes from my heart. It truly comes from my heart. And if you want to find fault with that, or if you want to even report me or something, that's fine. But I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm not going to apologize for the truth. And I'm not going to apologize for coming from a loving place. Like I said, there is only the now. All forgiveness, all change comes in the now. And I don't know how we can do it. I don't know how we can do it. I mean, there has to be, it's not just a magic pill. But basically, we have to press the reset button somehow. And quit tearing down statues of our leaders. John A. Macdonald in Canada that they're talking about, George Washington, all these people. Quit trying to eliminate our past and putting blame on the past or whatever. Take responsibility for the now. Press that reset button and let the nonsense stop. They don't want us going out on the streets and shaking hands and embracing and calling each other brother and letting all the differences fade away because there are none. They don't want that. Do you? Or do you want to be the vision of George Orwell's world? Anyway, I didn't want to just make this rant, I guess, just about Black Lives Matter, because that's just one part of the whole big picture. You know, like I said, swinging back around to the virus. I guess there's a virus. I'm not so sure how bad it is. I mean, from what I've understood, the numbers are like unwarranted. But regardless, I still see the virus as well as just a way of controlling people. I mean, the social distancing, how far is it going to go? You know, what they really want to do, I think, is have people where they don't really interact in the same way, so that people, they lose their connection with other people. And, you know what, connection, if we lose our connection even more with other people, it's going to be even worse. It's just all a nefarious plan. I mean, for Pete's sakes, how far is it going to go? I've heard, like stuff like, like young boys and girls, like before the age of when their minds have developed and they can really actually make their decision. Well, they're confused, and so they want to become a boy, or they want to become a girl. And apparently that's encouraged. What the fuck? Huh? Before they've even got the ability to formulate an educated decision or an adult decision, or, I mean, people. And if that sounds like I'm judging, well, yeah, I think that's wrong. What is wrong with us? And why are we going along with it? I don't know. I can't fathom it. And neither can my friend the Raven. Anyway. The reason why I'm perceived as being brave enough to speak is because when you know you're an infinite being, when this is just a drop in the bucket of eternity, they can't hold that fear over you that they do with so many. They can't hold that fear over you. And so we've got to get back to that point of realizing we're all connected. We're not this. We're not our skin color. We're not our religious thoughts. We're not our political affiliation. We're not our nationality, our countries, our whatever. That's not who we are. That's just an experience that we're experiencing in this shell, in this body at this time. That's not who we are. And if we're going to waste our time on this planet worrying about stuff that we're not, seems really counterproductive to me. an exercise in futility. So thanks for listening. And, so ideally what I would like to see is for us to have a no color rally, a no judgment rally, a no separation rally. However you want to describe it, the meaning is clear. And it pisses me off that these arrogant elites, they think so little of us, like we're subhumans. They think they are so evil at the core that they justify controlling us like cattle. And I'm sorry. Fuck yourself. I'm not going to be your cattle. And the best thing that we can do is wake up, stand up, and speak up. Because we're stronger than them. We really are. But, you know, fear is a big motivator, and that's the weapon they're using on us. So it's up to us. What's your choice? I know what mine is. I know what mine is.